I'm sure that most of you sometimes have a moment where you spend the whole month doing nothing, just scrolling through TikTok, and then suddenly, you say, enough, next week, I'll start a new life, I'll get into sports, develop myself, and build a business. Or I came up with a great idea, I'll start a YouTube channel, earn 100K, help my parents, I'm tired of this poverty. We get used to the idea that as soon as we find motivation, we want to tell everyone and prove that our life will never be the same again. But here's the question, how do we move forward in silence and become a new person? How do we maintain motivation for a long time? And why won't you achieve anything if you talk too much? Our lives often look like this, we don't want to do anything. Everything is in decline. Sometimes we don't even share our plans with others. And on the contrary, in moments of excitement, we become hyperactive and want to tell everyone how great everything is. But what happens when you start talking about your plans? The level of dopamine in your brain rises. Dopamine is the hormone responsible for anticipating something enjoyable. This sense of satisfaction fades so quickly that it can destroy any initiative. As soon as you start telling others about your plans, your brain gets a dose of pleasure and stops acting. You need to stop and accept that thinking too much is harmful. At some point, everything will stop, and you'll start feeling a loss of motivation. This effect happens when you tell everyone about a new business idea. Plus, there's often envy and criticism from others. And if you're constantly coming up with new ideas, people will say, yeah, I've heard that 100 times, or you won't follow through. And the chain breaks, lack of motivation and self-doubt creeps in. We need to fix this. The first mistake is thinking too much. You've probably gotten into the habit of imagining scenarios for your life and running them through in your mind to the very end. You analyze several factors to decide if something is worth pursuing. But often, these scenarios never happen. Instead of thinking, you should just start doing. As soon as you decide, there are two possible outcomes, success or experience. If you keep just dreaming, you'll end up in depression and exhaustion. Many people, including myself, struggle to start. We're afraid to take that first step. This is normal. It's called perfectionism, which often stops us. When I first started on YouTube, this wasn't my first channel. It seemed like my skills were worlds apart from others. I often thought, how can I not give up when the results aren't what I expected? And now, with TikTok and its short content, it feels like everyone is 100 times more successful than you. But you have no choice. Cut out all distractions. Leave just an hour a day for entertainment, and spend the rest of your time working in silence, without showing anyone your successes or failures. Work without emotional outbursts, and you'll last longer. It's better to achieve something and then tell people, than to talk about your plans. Even if things aren't working out right now, over time, you'll get better. Over time, you'll notice progress, new knowledge, new experiences, improved skills. Think about how much better you are than a year ago. Time is your best friend if you start acting. The sooner you start, the more chances you have. For 20, but it's important to allow yourself to spend time on your new pursuit. People often start, work for a week, and then start doubting what they're doing. I call this the valley of death, the place where 99% of people get stuck. Only those who pass through this stage make it to the top 1% that you see succeeding. Dedicate 1 month to one thing, do it every day, and track your progress. You'll see real results. Yes, the progress might seem small, but think about how long you've been dreaming of changing your life. A month is so little compared to what you can achieve in that time. You've already become better. But remember, progress isn't linear. For example, you spend a month making shorts every day, trying to become popular, studying editing, learning cool transitions and sounds. But by the end of the month, you only gained 100 subscribers. But if you keep going, in just one more month, you could post a video that gives you 100,000 subscribers. All these small steps lead to big results. The more you work, the closer you get to your dream life. So choose a skill today and start working on it tomorrow. Do the work without telling anyone about your plans, not even to your closest ones. Work in silence, and after a month, come back and share your results. You'll see that anything is possible.